Production.
What the hell is going on with the squad? Shout out to all 800 of you guys. Oh, sorry. It's 800 subscribers on YouTube. It's like 700 followers on Twitter. Instagram's super slow. I don't even use it for this shit. But shout out to you guys. I've been having so much fun with this over the years. It's kind of cool to think that, like, you know, some people actually care and like about my opinion on this shit, which is dope to me. But we're gonna get into this video. James Rippian, hope I'm saying your name right, buddy. Shout out to you. I really appreciate you putting together that Cathedra community that you got here on X. It's a great way for us who are investors to kind of, you know, chat about this, learn, bounce ideas off each other, and you know, like kind of get excited about this, because when you know you got like a hidden gem, it's cool to have a community. I'm speaking from like being a Galaxy shareholder and sharing ideas with these guys over years, right? It's like cool to start this and have one for Cathedra as well. But also this little challenge or this little thought experiment was pretty cool. So James here, otherwise known as Sats Quo, give him a follow, but he gave me a cool little thought experiment. He basically says here, in a world where if you're not afraid to lose any money, okay, what's the best call option you think that will give you the best return with like little to no risk? Okay, he wants certain conditions. The ticker, it has to be related to the crypto space in terms of equities, ETFs, etc. Okay, he wants the bid-ask spread really tight. The strike has to be way out on the risk curve. Expiration, he says he wants a conservative, January 26th at the earliest, and he wants me to explain my exit strategies and how long I'm going to be holding this trade for. So I'm actually going to put this trade on because I think it's such a cool experiment. I have Bitfarms here. This is the one I want to go to. Why I want to go with Bitfarms is because when you're looking at options, you want there to be a lot of volume and open interest, because you want to be able to sell your options when you deem they're ready to sell in terms of accruing value. You want them to sell to an addressable market. When I look at a bunch of these other crypto related equities, the open interest on the names is not even close to being as high as Bitfarms is when you're looking at 2025 calls and 2026 calls in January. So I have everything noted up here. The 2025 January 17th $5 calls, the bid 80, ask 85, massive open interest and volume at the bottom. I have that marked out in white on this chart. Okay, and then secondly, we have the 2026 January 16th $5 calls. That is marked out in black with a $1.25 bid and $1.35 ask. Again, pretty decent open interest and volume traded on these. Now let's get into this, okay? What am I looking for in the stock's name? Why would I make these trades in the first place? And why do I think they're kind of safe or low risk? Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm trading this off of my own opinion and my own thought process. When I'm looking at Bitfarms, I love that it is slowly uptrending. Okay, it's slowly uptrending off of lows here. Completely changed the characteristics of this stock's trend. Spent some time going sideways, and now we're starting to get this move to the upside with large volume coming in. Okay, these are a few technical reasons why I think it's very important to look at this name, or at least have it on the watch list, and why I think it's going to go up. Okay. The arcing theme here is what? The arcing theme is Bitcoin, okay? If Bitcoin is eventually going to go up in price, you're assuming and making the bet that a lot of these crypto-related equities or altcoins, anything related to crypto, is also going to go up. It doesn't mean it's going to go up one for one at the same date, the same time, the same speed, but you're banking that with this Bitcoin and crypto space growing, you're going to see crypto equities follow that as well. So Bitfarms has its own supply demand features. Same with Mara and all these other names. They have their own supply demand features. That being said, it's not going to move exactly as Bitcoin. So I want to clarify that. So I'm going to get into essentially what I'm looking at a technical perspective on why I think it's worth looking into these. First of all, the play is these are going higher. I want to simplify this and make this video as short as possible. If these are going higher, then that's why I kind of want to go out of the money. Technically, right now, they have no intrinsic value because it's an out of the money call. But if this were to go from out of the money into the money is when you would gain a little bit of extra premium for being that early investor into essentially a stock that's not even at that price yet. So that's why I think it's worth going a little bit out of the money here. This is the play I'm looking at. We have this low. We have this higher low here being developed around September to December last year. And now we have this higher low again over here being created. How long it's going to take for that, we don't necessarily know. But that's essentially what we're looking at from a trend perspective. This area right here, this is $3 to $4 range. This is a major supply zone. Why? This was a major support back in 2021, a little bit of 2022. Major support. We bounced off of this range and it held several times. Once we broke below, we haven't revisited since. But now that we're in this range and we're kind of bouncing around it, what we want to see is us hold this zone. If we can hold this zone, it confirms the trend being a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we could expect this higher high move to come. So if we're assuming that this is going to go towards all-time highs, that's around $10, okay? So let's mark that out in green. If we're going to assume previous all-time highs is $10-ish, we'll mark that out. I'll mark it green. Let's say this goes towards that range, okay? If so, then the price, like the return you're going to get on these investments, if you pick the 2026 option call for $5, you're going to make about 6.4x your money. If you're going to choose, and that's if it goes into the $10 to $15 range, right? If it goes to $10, it'll be shorter. 15, you'll get 6.4x. If you're doing 10, so you go $10 minus your $6.35, which gives you $3.65, and then on top of that, you divide your premium that you paid on the strike price. That's 2.7. So anywhere between $10 and $15, you're gonna get anywhere in the range of 2.7 to 6.4x your price, right, on your investment. And that's a pretty decent amount, right? Whereas if you're trading this, you're going to get 300%, where you're getting potentially 3x what that is, okay? Now, if we're going with the January 25 price and assuming that this happens sometime this year, along with Bitcoin going to 100K-ish around sometime this year, then you're going to get a lot larger premium. You're going to get around 10x if it goes to $15, but if it goes to $10, you're going to go 10 minus your $5.85, okay? And you're going to divide that by your 0.85, that the premium you paid for that $5 strike, and that's around 5x. So you're going to get a lot more potential return on your investment the sooner the strike price, like 2025, you have 322 days to potentially get your call right. And if you're going 2026, you're going 686 days, right? It's giving you more time to be right on that play. In my opinion, I do think personally that, January 2025 should be enough time for this call play. But just to be safe, you want a risk-free trade that's going to make some money. In my opinion, honestly, it also gives you enough time to kind of ride this trend, right? So if the crypto market goes absolutely nuts, it gives you a lot more time to kind of sit back and, like, watch what's happening. I do think the 2026 calls are potentially a little bit more of a risk-free option, but that's kind of the reason why I'm going with that on this little experiment here. So again, James, thank you. Pretty cool experiment. I didn't mean to make the video so long. I'll try to sum it up as fast as I can in a little brief description on X, but cheers to you guys. And all you guys on X are fucking beauties. Know that. Easy.